Guys, please check your audio and video settings, please. Done, boss. NTHB 412, not this. Ivernet, na? NTHB 412. No, I'll first let me complete this. Advanced OR mapping, this one. Done, boss. Yeah, new thing, guys. New thing. Class content, design patterns, 614. I think everyone enjoyed intercepting filter design pattern. So now time has come to develop FrontController DP. FrontController DP. 22nd, 2022. Okay. Are you there, guys? Done. Let's go for what is there, boss? FrontController DP. Okay. Problem number 1. I would like to keep business logics in Java classes. Come on. Right, guys. I would like to keep business logic in Java classes. Java classes of web application. Okay. Not in web components like servlet JSP components. Because Java classes are lightweight and the web components like, okay, what is that? Servlet JSP components are heavyweight. What is that, guys? A heavyweight. The web components like servlet JSP components are heavyweight, guys. Heavyweight. But the problem is, are you listening, guys? Yeah, tell me, guys, do you think Java classes can take direct requests from browser, guys? But the problem is the Java classes cannot take direct requests from browsers. Cannot take direct requests from browser softwares. Cannot take browser requests from browser. Cannot take direct requests from browser software. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Yeah, I think you understood. Array, so many servlets writing business logic. Yes, na? Keep what? So many classes write the business logic. But do you think Java classes, ordinary Java classes, can can they take HTTP requests from browsers, guys? Cannot take direct HTTP requests from browser softwares. I hope you noticed the problem, guys. Right, guys. This is problem number 1. Problem number 2. Okay, guys. Problem number 2. Placing the common and mandatory. Placing the common and mandatory system services like logging, security, auditing, and etc. Auditing and etc. Come on, guys. Auditing and etc. In every view component. In every view component. Are like JSP components, guys. Without having reusability is bad practice. Without having reusability is bad practice. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on. Placing the common and mandatory system services like logging, security, auditing, and etc. in every view component like JSPs without having reusability is a bad practice or not, guys? Come on. Yes or no? Na? Right. I'm not thinking about layered application. I'm just talking about these are my requirements, guys. I don't want to write business logic in Servlet JSP. I want to write in Java classes. But do you think Java classes can take the request? No. Okay, I have multiple view component. I started writing what? Common system services in every view component without having reusability. That is also bad or not, guys? That is also really bad or not? Come on. Next, guys, problem number 3. What is problem number 3, guys? What is problem number 3? Now speak out. What is problem number 3, guys? Right. Tell me. What is problem number 3? Now listen, guys. Okay. Okay. JSP components, nothing but view components, directly talking to model components, Java classes like service comma okay service comma DAO classes is bad practice because there will not be any control on the flow of execution. There will not be any control on the flow of execution. there will not be any control on the flow of execution. Convinced, my dear? Got the clarity, guys? Do you think there will be control on the flow of execution, guys? Do you really think there will be control on what? Flow of execution, guys. Come on. Super. Array, see guys, every JSP talking to its own service class is getting result, displaying result. There will be any monitoring, guys? There will be any monitoring? There is no monitoring at all. I want you people to understand the problems, guys. I don't want to take multiple JSP servlet to have a business logic. I want to place them in Java classes. And those Java classes should be in a position to process the request given by browsers. Come on. But do they really capable of taking requests from browser Java classes? No. I think problem one is clear in your brain. Okay. Now listen, guys. I am giving request directly to view component. Okay, where some code is there to process the request. Since I am giving direct request to individual view component, so I started writing what? Common system services in multiple view component. So there we will lose the reusability of common system services or not. Writing same common system services is a bad practice, a good practice, definitely bad practice. Next, what is problem number 3, guys? JSP components, nothing but view components. Directly talking to what? Model components like service DAO classes is bad practice. There will not be any control on flow of execution. Do you think there will be control on flow of execution, guys? Okay. There will not be any control on flow of execution. Are you getting my point, guys? Are you understanding my statement, guys? Nice or not? Got the clarity or not? I want reply. Yes, boss. To overcome all these problems, guys. To overcome all these problems, develop one special web component, either as a servlet component or as a servlet filter component, okay, or as a JSP component. Not recommended. Or as JSP component, as front controller web component. Understanding my statement, guys? What is front controller, sir? Yeah. Front controller is special web component of the web application. Front controller is, come on guys, special web component of the web application. Who traps all the requests. Are you getting my point, guys? Who traps all the requests. Okay, who traps all the requests or multiple requests. Okay, applies the common system services. Applies the common system services. Are you listening my statement, guys? applies the okay, applies common system services, delegates the uh, 1 minute system services, and takes care of navigation management, model management, and view management. Sir, very simply you concluded, sir. What is this? Right. Let's concentrate on common system services. The mandatory system services. What guys? The mandatory system services uh, that are applied by trapping multiple requests, all requests coming to the web application are called common system services. Simply are called what guys? Common system services. I hope you convinced, my dear. Got the clarity, guys? Okay. Common system services. Array examples, guys. Array yesterday we discussed security, authentication plus authorization. Array yesterday only we discussed. Okay, logging, keeping track of code flow, auditing, keeping track of, come on, keeping track of the tell me, keeping track of the user activities. Sir, I have one small question, sir. Sir, when should I use front controller? When should I use what? Filter, because filter trapping request, front controller trapping request. Yeah, when you have a optional and configurable services that you want to enable or disable on the requirement, go for filter. For mandatory services, prefer front controller. Understanding? Sir, if I apply front controller and filter, then what happens? First filter traps the request, then handovers to front controller. Come on, guys. Array, check whether request is coming from IE browser or not. Array, today they are supporting IE browser. In future, they may allow all browsers, right? That time filter is required, not required. Filter is required, not required. Come on. For Optionals, for optional system services to apply on the application, filter. For mandatory system services to apply on the application, go for what? Front controller. Got the clarity, guys? Use Surlet filter. Nothing but what? Intercepting filter. Intercepting filter. To trap and apply. To trap and apply. Come on. To trap and apply. Okay, guys. Use Surlet filter, intercepting filter to trap and apply optionals, optional services. Optional services. That means the services that we want to up, the services that we want to enable or disable on demand. That we want to enable or disable on demand. Yes, use front controller. Use front controller to trap and apply mandatory system services. Mandatory system services. That means the services that we want to apply every time. The services that we want to apply every time, guys. Okay, on demand basis, guys. Yeah, example, guys. Allowing requests only from certain browser. Only from certain browser type. Next, allowing requests only from certain browser types. Allowing requests only from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Are trading request will be allowed between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. or not? Will be allowed only between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. If they come after that, future they may increase, right? In 9:50. Okay. Stock trading. Example, stock trading. Yeah. Tell me next. These are for logging. Mandatory every time required, guys. Auditing. Yes. Next one. Logging, auditing. Come on. Security and etc. For mandatory services, For mandatory services, come on, think about this. For optional services, think something else, guys. Tell me. Logging, auditing, security, and etc. Nice. Common system services. Tell me. Next one. Navigation management. Navigation. Are Google navigation means what, guys? Okay. Are what is the front controller definition, my dear? This is the definition of front control. Front controller is special web component of web application who trap all the requests, okay, or multiple requests, applies common system services, takes takes care of what? Navigation management. Come on. Takes care of navigation management, model management, view management, and many things, guys. So now let us try to understand what is navigation management. Can you tell me what is navigation management, guys? Okay, navigation means flow. Navigation means flow. Come on. Right. Now let's see. Navigation means after taking request, it will decide which request should go to which Java class. Technically, that classes are called command classes here, guys. Technically, those classes are called command classes. Are you understanding my statement? Okay. According to FrontController DP, the classes that contains business logic to process the request are called command classes. Are you getting my point? Yeah, navigation management talks about, okay, the request, which request trapped by front controller should go to which command class to process the request by executing business logic. Come on. Right. Listen carefully, guys. I'm going to create our own framework at the end of all these things. Be careful, my dear. In FrontController DP, controller DP, the Java classes which contains process the request, which contains business logic to process the request, are called command classes. Are called command classes. Literally, solidly called as what? Command classes, guys. Definitely called as what? Command classes, guys. Come on. This is the story of FrontController DP, boss. Next. The logic that decides which URL request should be delegated to, which URL request should be delegated to which controller class. I mean to say which command class to process the request by executing business logics are called is called navigation management logic, guys. Okay, guys. Sir, next one is what? Model management. Model means what? Data, Rabab. Here, model word is used having the meaning of data. Model means data. Model is equal to data, guys. Model is equal to data, boss. Tell me, what do you mean by model management here, guys? What's the real meaning of model management, guys, here? Once business logic is executed to process the request, results will be generated. Keeping those results in what? Different scopes and passing those results to view component through FrontController is called model management. Understanding my statement, guys? Okay. The process of keeping generated results in command class in different scopes. In what? Different scopes, and passing them to view components through FrontController component is called model management. Okay, model management. Model management is also called data rendering. What is that, guys? Model management is also called as what? Data rendering concept, guys. Comfortable, my dear? Got the clarity, guys? Come on, everyone. This is technically called as model management, boss. Okay. Model means data, model management, guys. Next, view management, boss. View management. The process of, what's that, guys? The process of, the process of okay, choosing certain view component for certain command class to format the generated results and to display them for end user. Okay, is called view management. Array, listen, guys. Okay, FrontController DP is always used along with MVC architecture. FrontController DP is always used along with the MVC architecture, guys. Simply, literally along with the MVC architecture. What do you say, my dear? Convinced or not? Understood or not? Got the clarity or not? Come on. Yeah, that's why these many layers are there. Okay, navigation management decides. FrontController decides the what is that? Command class to use. Command class to use to process the request. Okay. Model management, guys. Okay. FrontController decides how to receive and manage. Manage the generated results as scoped data. As what, guys? Scoped data. That's nice. Okay. See, guys, everything is decided by FrontController or not. It's like a heart for entire flow of execution or not. View management. FrontController decides which results are which result of certain 1 minute, the result of the results of certain the results of certain, come on, guys, the results of certain command class should go to which view component? Should go to which view component? should definitely go to which view component, guys? Everyone understanding my statement, guys? Right, boss. Are you comfortable here, my dear? Everything is designed. Right. All MVC architecture frameworks are designed around all MVC architecture frameworks are designed around front controller component, because it takes care of multiple things. Guys. It definitely solidly takes care of multiple things or not? Come on. Definitely solidly takes care of multiple things or not? I hope you are understanding my statement, my dear. Convince it with me, guys. Yes, boss. Nice, boss. Right. Now let's see the flow diagram, guys. Flow diagram. Anyone attending Spring MVC classes in 7:30 p.m. slot? Flow of execution. What, guys? Flow of execution. Here is my front controller, guys. This is my request. This is my request. Front controller. Okay. Yeah, what it will do, guys? System services. What it will do, guys? System services. Right now, boss. Done. Here there is a command class. Command class. Okay. Why my teaching style is different today? Command class. Yeah. Okay. Nothing is there, guys. From last 48 hours, I just taken in last 48 hours, I have just taken 7 hours break in the work. Okay, maybe you might be feeling I'm stretching myself a little bit. Yes, I am really stretching myself a little bit. Okay. I'm pushing myself to work hard, no doubt in that. Last 40 hours, I have taken 6 to 7 hours break. Okay. When multiple things are in peak, this kind of situation comes. No problem. I'm habituated. Okay, guys. Public string execute request comma response. Request comma response. Okay. Return logical view name. Not the real view name, logical view name you return. Okay. Business logic to process the request. Okay. Business logic to process the request and to keep the generated results in scope, to keep the generated results in scope, guys. Simply keep the generated results in scope. Everyone understanding my statement? Tell me, guys, like this, processing multiple requests, multiple command classes will be there, or there will be single command class? To process multiple requests, there will be multiple command classes or single command class? Multiple command classes. Aisa no na? To process those multiple requests, there will be multiple command classes or single command class? I want reply, guys. Yeah, done, boss. Now tell me, here is my request. Okay, front controller servlet, guys. Yeah, I'm preferring to take front controller as servlet, guys, here. Okay, and the front controller will be mapped with simple URL pattern or extension match or directory match URL pattern. Okay, what will be the URL pattern, guys? Okay, extension match or extension match or directory match URL pattern. Extension match or directory match URL pattern, guys. Come on, guys. Okay, extension match is like what? Star.do. Directory match URL pattern is like what? /x/y star. /x/y star. This is my browser request, guys. After this, what happened? Array, the command helper, there will be special component. Array, those Spring MVC flow, it is like handler mapping component, guys. Command helper component. Command helper component, guys. This command helper component uses reflection API to search all the command classes. Okay, is there anything that is ready to process our request? Okay, is there anything that is ready to process request? Yes, it find one command class, guys, and it returns that command class object to front controller. Yeah, listen, guys. Okay, this is request, guys. This is number 1. Traps request and apply system service, guys. Number 2. Number 3. Okay, hand over the request to command handler giving URL. Number 3. Number 3. Command handler component searches in what? All command classes. Searches in all command classes, and somehow it notice it is matching its requirement. It's matching its requirement. Matching its requirement, guys, and returns that command class object back to dispatcher servlet. Returns that command class object to this place, guys. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Got the clarity, guys? Come on. Yeah. After this, what next, guys? Right, boss. No, here, no internal cache, nothing. Array, it's a Servlet JSP based, guys. That is number 5. Number 6, gets command class object, guys. Uses that command class object, calls execute method. 6. Okay. This will process the request. 7. Yeah, it will not return real view component name. It will return some logical name. Array, that logical name will give the physical view name, physical JSP name, real JSP name. Understanding my statement, guys? Okay. So that logical view name means some logical name, guys. 8. 8, guys. Next. Array, it will give that logical view name to, a special component called dispatcher. Array, if you know Spring MVC, it's like view resolver. Dispatcher. Okay. Logical view name, guys. Okay. Dispatcher. Somehow dispatcher finds, okay, real physical view name and technology name and location, guys. That, okay, 10 physical view component name. The real physical view component name and location. Somehow dispatcher servlet uses some techniques, rd.forward, rest as response.send redirect, one or other technique to reach to that view component. Okay. Array, it's like view resolver or view helper also, you can say. View components, guys. Passes the view component is this. What it maintains, guys? Presentation logic. What it maintains, guys? Presentation logic. What logic, guys? Presentation logic. Guys, give me 2 minutes. Presentation logic executes, guys. Okay. Formatted results will come. Formatted results. Here is what? RD dot forward kind of thing. Here is what? Formatted results. Collects results from. Okay. Request scope given by controller component. Request scope given by controller component. Super. Lastly, what is this, guys? Next, number 13. Finally, response goes to browser. Response to browser. Right. And if you know Spring MVC flow, guys, our struts flow same now, only terminologies are changing, boss. Okay. A view resolver is nothing but dispatcher. Here, dispatcher is also called as view helper. It is like handler mapping. It is like controller class. It is like view resolver or view helper. Got the point, my dear? Come on. Understanding my statement, guys. Yes, boss. I think all these numbers are very easy to understand, guys. Once again, request trapped, handovers to command helper, searched for appropriate method and command class. Okay. Given command class object to command helper, pass it to whom? Pass it to whom? Front controller. Front controller now. Front controller now takes what? Logical view name given by command helper. Sorry. Controller class object. I'm saying command class object. On that object calls execute method. It will directly process the request, or by talking to service DAO, it will process the request. Gets the output. What's there, guys? Gets the output. Keeps in a scope. Generally request scope, guys. Generally request to scope. Right now, boss. Returns logical view name to dispatcher servlet. Returns the logical view name to dispatcher servlet. Everyone got the clarity, guys? Come on. Okay. Yes. Array, why logical view name? Array, tomorrow, suppose it is generating xyz.jsp. I changed JSP file name. I unnecessary to modify the code or not? Okay. Unnecessarily I have to modify the code, guys. Instead of that, it returning logical view name. Gives that logical view name to dispatcher servlet. Dispatcher servlet uses what? Dispatcher servlet uses what? Sorry, dispatcher component uses what? Its own technique to prepare the physical view component and returns that physical view component to browser. Browser uses rd.forward to communicate with what? View component. Come on. Their presentation logic execute, collecting a scoped data, formatting it, using presentation logic, and that will go to whom? Front controller. That will go to whom? Front controller. And front controller finally sends a response to browser. Front controller finally sends a response to browser. Understood, guys? Okay, if you know Spring MVC, okay, this is Spring MVC flow only, guys. Got it, guys? Easy. Okay, developing this means indirectly developing what? Our own framework or not? Definitely our own framework is there. Here, properties file or XML file, guys. Or XML file. Yeah. Alright, this not view component, sorry. Not the view component. Yeah, both will collect the instruction from properties file. Both will collect the instructions from properties file. Got the point, my dear? Understanding my statement, guys? Thank you, guys. I'll explain more on this diagram and we will go for practicals of it. Thank you. Have a nice time.